Thank you for stopping by Indie Dave Comics channel. I, of course, am your host, Indie Dave. Welcome to the Indie Hour. Let's see. Today we're going to have on Mike Murphy from The Gods Fear Me. And we're going to have later on Rob Muerto, who's got a new book out.
All right, and we're live.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
I hate when I do that. Yeah, hold on.
Comics channel.
Okay.
Again. Got it. No, I had it. I had it running in the other in another tab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had it running in another tab. So sorry about that. All right, that's the kind of professionalism you can expect on the Indie Hour. All right. So in a few minutes, we're going to have Rob Muerto as well on. He's he's got a new book out called Tales from the Classroom, which looks like it's a fun kind of cartoon. It looks like a Saturday morning cartoon. Oh, there he is. And he's here. All right, Rob, you there?
I'm here. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Thank you.
Hey, Rob.
All right.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good to be here.
All right. All right. So we'll cover you. We'll get to you first, Rob. Are you the writer or the artist?
I'm the writer.
The writer. Okay. All right. So let's get to your book first, real quick. Since this is the first time I've had you on. Let's see. All righty. So tell us about your book.
So the book's name is Tales from the Classroom, and it takes place in a world where humans don't exist. It's just populated by monsters, and we humans are just sort of the figments of their imagination. And it's a high school story. It's a high school story about this zombie teenager named Rob. That's sort of like the Ferris Bueller of his high school, who can do no wrong, and is beloved by everyone, from the teachers to the students. You know, he's like the idol of his high school, named Romero High, by the way, in a little
Nice.
homage. And then one day his father gets a promotion, and the family pack up and move to the big city. And he transfers over to this other high school, which is a multi-species high school named Cthulhu High. And there he gets a rude awakening and discovers that zombies are sort of viewed as second-class citizens and treated as such. And he has to contend with the most popular kid in that high school, sort of he gets on his radar, and he starts getting bullied, and that kid's a vampire, and it's that story. It's sort of like a fish out of water tale.
That's pretty cool. I'm looking at the art. It's super cool. It's very Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, that's the idea.
I mean, I could totally see watching this on on TV.
Yeah,
I get that a lot. Yeah, I mean that's the ultimate goal. But I mean, I'm a fan of comic books first and foremost. But you always think of what they could be outside of the page, you know.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. We got Eddie the Wolfman. Eddie's relaxed and easygoing demeanor doesn't necessarily work in his favor. He often catches flack from other monsters for being a slacker. Eddie will vigorously dispute that accusation. However, in between 8-hour-long snooze fest on his Cheetos-encrusted couch. When he isn't busy catching Z's and pawing for his remote, you can find Eddie rocking out to 90s grunge rock, banging away on his drum set, or pulling totally radical 360 aerials on his half pipe. This sounds a lot like Oddity.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's
very similar type personality.
They're similar. Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's see. Eddie's a wolfman, one of the two dominant species, alongside the vampires, vying for the top spot in monsters' social hierarchy. But Eddie don't play that game. He's more of a lone wolf, the type of guy who'd prefer to hang out with the outcasts, like Rob, than with the so-called cool kids in high school. That's a very similar character arc than to our Oddity character. That's pretty cool.
Good reading of it, man.
Thank you. Let's see. Then we got Harry the Swamper. Straight out of Murky Lake comes Cthulhu High's very own state swimming champ, Harry the Swamper. Harry belongs to Drake's extremely selective clique, and the two seem to be attached at the hip, which is weird because they both have planet-sized egos and they're both ruthlessly competitive. The only thing bigger than Harry's egos is libido. The Swamper is notorious for his promiscuity, and all sorts of sordid rumors circulate the high school about his sleazy antics. Good thing he's 18. Remember to stay safe, kids. As a Swamper, Harry goes to super strength, enhanced agility, and conditioning, but it's not all roses. It's not all rosy. His species' eyes are photosensitive, meaning he's near blind in any setting, brighter than an underground cave. To offset his sight impairment, Harry carries a ghetto fabulous cane that has become a somewhat iconic and indelible feature of his character. Principal Kong. There's something about Principal Kong that just exudes authority. The fact that he stands at just over 9 feet tall probably helps in his regard. His booming voice has been known to bring even the toughest and most rebellious students to their knees, quivering. But behind this intimidating package is a deeply generous soul. A monster who was dedicated his entire life towards seeing through the late, great Professor Cthulhu's vision of a fully inclusive multi-species school. Kong has achieved the goal and then some. Today, Cthulhu High's academic model is replicated the world over to great success. Among his peers, the distinguished ape is admired for his great intellect and depth of knowledge on a broad variety of subjects, as well as for his exceptionally dialectical prowess. Kong has vowed to lend the gifts towards creating a space for all oppressed monsters to feel safe in and to fight social inequities wherever they may be found. Fun fact, Kong's keen sartorial eye has landed him on the cover of a prominent male fashion magazine 2 years running. All right, Drake. Some monsters have it all. The looks, the strength, the speed, the riches, the small, well, maybe not the smarts. But other than that, Drake pretty much won the proverbial undeath lottery, and he knows it too. Ever the blowhard, Drake never misses an opportunity to remind everyone how good he has it and how much better he is than other monsters. Overcompensating for something, perhaps. But as a Nosferatu, the rarest, most prestigious species of vampire, Drake is not only at the top of the bloodsucker's food chain, but all of monsterdom in general. The fact that he belongs to a wealthy, aristocratic family, his uncle is a famous count, dates Eliza, the most popular girl in school, and dominates pretty much every sport that's played on campus outside of swimming. That one goes to Harry. Certainly doesn't hurt his ego either. Well, yeah, somebody else wants to have a say. Can you take care of that, buddy? Let's see. So is he conceited and full of himself? Yes. But wouldn't you be too in his shoes? Hashtag probably. And to, I guess, our main character, Rob Zombie. Transferring from an all-zombie institution like Romero High to a multi-species school like Cthulhu saw Rob going from hero to zero in record time. In Romero, he was pretty much the head honcho, the coolest kid everybody wanted to emulate. But in Cthulhu, where zombies are firmly at the bottom of the totem pole, Rob is regarded as little more than a welcome mat and stepped on just as often. However, the young zombie is headstrong and much too proud to just quietly resign himself to a subservient role. If he's going down fighting, even if it means losing a few body parts in the process. Alrighty, so who's your artist?
It's this guy named Sebastian Bronico from Argentina, super talented. And it's funny because there's so many Argentinian people in my team. It's like it's the penciler, it's the colorist, and the letterer. And just out of by chance, it's crazy.
And you're from Portugal, right?
I'm from Portugal, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a fully international.
And Juan Castro, who's the inker, is Mexican. He's Mexican, yeah.
Oh, Matthias Laborde. I know who that is.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he did. What did he do? He did another one.
He did something for Boom
Steel
Studios,
Cowboy.
like a cowboy title that's actually really cool.
Yeah, he did
Oh.
Steel Cowboy.
Steel
Jack
Cowboy,
Iron.
yeah, looks great.
Yeah, that's a good book. I just got that one in the mail too. The second issue.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
man.
I just got the second issue this week.
Is it still running the campaign or no?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I know they're still making more of them. I don't know what they have running at the moment.
Right.
They're under Wicked Comics right now, so I don't know if they're still going to crowdfund or how that's all working. I imagine they're still crowdfunding.
Well, maybe I'll back. It's tough, man. There's so many great projects out there.
Yeah. There's. I mean, it seems like it's getting more and more every day. I've stopped trying to keep up. Like every once in a while, I just kind of have to pick one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So here's some of the story.
That's the history professor. That's a witch.
All right. Yeah.
She looks, so visually out there because there's no humans in this. I mean, there's no humans in this world, so she had to be as far removed from a human as possible. And I think Sebastian did an amazing job.
I hate to be super picky. If there's no humans, where did the zombie come from?
That's yeah. Well, you'll have to read. That's like, where do we come from, right?
Yeah. That's cool. Let's see. So, all right. So, yeah, I love the kind of visual on the witch. They kind of hide her face in the dark. That's a neat style. I really like this. The art's like super cool.
Thank you.
All right, now is this book?
And the colors are cool. You notice how there's
yeah.
So he's over here. What you're seeing is so Rob he got up in the morning or at night because it's a school night, not a school day, and went to the fridge and there's no brains there, like as he usually has it, every morning. And then when he's late to school, it's his first school night, and he has to get into the bus without eating his brains. And slowly, what happens is as zombies enter like this catatonic state, and that's what happens eventually. And Eddie, who becomes his best friend, helps him out. Because it's his first night, and he's making a fool out of himself in front of all the kids.
Yeah, it's very very yeah, I got it. Yeah, that's very like a Ferris Bueller, or one of those high school movies from like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, it's like Revenge of the Nerds meets Beetlejuice or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, man. That's cool.
All right. So, all right. Now, is the book completed?
It's completed, but it's the first part of an ongoing series. If this book does half decently, I'll go on to the second one.
All right. So let's go to what we're looking for. You're less than $700 away. You got 51 days. Oh, okay. You went for the full 60 days. That's cool. So you're almost there.
Yeah. I mean, I undershot the goal. It's quite small. I wish we were doing better, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we have plenty of time to pick up. And
yeah, this is the first I'm hearing of it. So a lot of times it's just getting all the eyes on it that you can.
I know. Yeah. I mean, my pregame was really not that great.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things I picked up before we started with ours, was trying to get as much buzz going before you actually launch.
Right.
And if there's anybody out there getting ready to launch their book, that's really one of the big things, is making sure there's buzz by the time you launch.
Yep.
But I mean, this looks good. You're almost at your goal, and you got plenty of time left to finish it up, and go way over.
Yeah, I'm hopeful, man.
Yeah, everybody needs to take a look at this. Let's see what you're offering here. Let's see. You got digital book for $8.
That's right. Will you just give me 10 seconds? I have to go get something. Just
no problem. So let's see. We got the digital book for $8. Let's see. And you're looking at shipping. Everything's gonna be shipping in March.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Looks like. Let's see. The digital deluxe edition for $10. And let's see. That one comes with. That's a 41-page digital copy. Let's see, 4 set of 4 randomly selected high-resolution pinups featuring all of your favorite characters from the book. Let's see, complete. Let's see.
I'm back, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just
So
had to get a
we
drink of
covered
water.
the first 2. Digital premium. What are we getting with the digital premium?
Digital, yeah. Well, you got aside from what you just read, like a little part 2 preview. 2-3 pages of the next chapter.
Right,
Possibly, probably inked. Not sure if it's going to be colored, but definitely a black and white sort of deal.
All right, cool. Let's see, basic physical copy. Let's see, $13. That's a really good price for that. Actually,
Thanks,
for a physical copy. Let's see. It's not a real comic unless you hold it in your hands. This perk includes a high-quality physical copy featuring 70-pound gloss paper stock, foil stamped Spot UV logo on the cover. Ooh,
Wow.
fancy. Also includes 4 randomly selected pinups. They're like trading cards, only bigger. All right, that's cool. Let's see. Double whammy. Get 2 different covers. $21. Let's see.
One of the covers is by this guy Marco McCagney, who's really good. He's the one that he's the artist on Monster MD, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Nice.
right up his alley.
And it's colored by it's definitely right up his alley. Yeah. And it's colored by this guy named John Rausch, who's like a top tier colorist. Works for Image and DC and what have you.
All right. Why take 1 when you can get 2? This perk includes a second copy of the book, exclusive variant cover. Like I said, Marco McCagney. Let's see. Cool. All right. 4 pinups, 2 books, variant McCagney cover. Let's see. Triple threat. 3 covers. What are we getting with that?
Yeah, just the 3 variant colors plus a personalized note from Rob Muerto.
Cool.
Thanking the backer for supporting the book, and an exclusive sketch of one of the main characters of part 2 that I'm dying to reveal, but I can't because of this.
Yeah. Let's see. Part 2 character sketch. That's cool. All right. Good Lord, I get my kids running around acting all crazy.
Yeah, we can all relate, man. I'm about to have.
Right.
Can you imagine that my wife is going to go into labor in like about 5 hours?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
So,
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Very excited.
All right. To the chat, we've got, let's see, the metal. Hey, the metal. Be like the metal, everyone. He likes and subscribes every single time. We've also got El Gargoyle and Captain F Head. We've got, let's see, everybody's hailing everybody in the chat. CG grows daily. It sure does. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Captain F Head says it comes highly recommended. Sell me. I've looked at this a few times. It comes highly recommended. It looks really good, F Head. We're liking this. So tell me, when did you start? When did you come up with the idea for this?
Over 10 years ago, man. It was actually originally a screenplay.
Oh, that's cool.
That I wrote. And it was actually called, you're going to laugh when I tell you what the original title was.
All right.
It's Monster High. I'm sure you know what this Monster High
I know
it became
that.
a big deal. It's like this tween
Yeah, the
Right,
dolls,
right, right.
Mattel thing.
They're like my daughter used to collect those.
Yeah, man, it's like a punch to the gut every time I see that. But yeah, so like I wrote the screenplay. I thought it was really gonna like light things up, and I was in LA and I started distributing this screenplay to everybody that was even remotely connected to Hollywood, and then after like about 3 months of doing this, like Mattel announced the Monster High property. And it was like a big punch to the gut, but so like some time went by, and I spoke with somebody that convinced me to like just run with my own take on the thing, because it's wildly different as you see,
Yeah.
and just call it something completely different. And so I did, and I got the chance to pitch it to 2 separate comic book publishers. And they both really liked it, and sort of got into like a little bit of a bidding war between the 2 of them, which one they, which of them would publish the thing. But so the publishers were Archaia. Are you familiar with it?
Oh yeah, they do the Dark Crystal books.
Yeah, they're essentially Boom Studios bought them, so they're
Right.
Boom Studios basically these days. And Viper Comics, which you probably haven't heard of because they're now no longer around.
I remember Viper.
You remember?
Yeah. What? Oh God. Why am I blanking on his name? Josh Howard used to work with them, right?
I have no idea. I spoke with Jesse Garcia was the head of Viper, and he was the guy that I spoke to the most. But in any case, I went with Viper because their offer was a lot sweeter on my end. Archaia were really they wanted to retain more rights to the IP and everything. But eventually we were developing the book, and midway through they started going through some hard times. Viper did, and the project ended up falling through basically.
Oh.
But and so I let it go for a while. They got busy with lots of other things. But in the meantime, my firstborn came to be, and my wife started telling me, you know what, you should really retake this comic book that you were doing, and get it out there. It's it'd be something great to show your kid eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And she's right, and I'm glad that I did. And it's sort of preoccupied me for the last 6 months. Has been getting this up and running again. We had pencils done, and that was pretty much it. I had to hunt down the original penciler, Sebastian, and then find an inker and find the colorist, and the whole thing. That's what we've all done, basically, and to get it out there. And my thing is, in terms of promotion of the book, which is a huge mistake, and I urge you not to do it, was I like sort of laid all my cards on Instagram. I created this account for the character, as if it was like his own personal account, and put quite a good chunk of money on promoting posts and all that. Mm-hmm. And I just kept it's growing. If you go to the Instagram account now, I have like 12.8K followers. But it's been 12.8K followers. Imagine how many I should have.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, right? I mean, they just don't translate. They go there, they press like, and then they go away.
Yeah, it's you got to kind of hit everywhere.
You gotta
hit every platform.
You're right. Yeah, I neglected Twitter, and I think Twitter is way more effective. And I just started my Twitter game recently, and it's been much more fruitful.
I think Twitter with in combination with YouTube.
Yes.
And
yes.
Getting in with those. I mean, because Twitter's all right, but even Twitter, I mean, only goes so far. And then you get in, Twitter. That's when you start kind of networking. Twitter's good for networking, really. Mm-hmm. It's good for meeting other people. Yeah. It's good for, and talking to guys like Ethan or some of the other channels and getting to know them and getting hold of the smaller channels so you can get on them. Because you start getting, I mean, we're a small channel here, but once you get on the small channel, it's almost like practice for getting on the big channel because you get your story down. You learn to talk to different people and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like anything.
You
have to get used to it. I don't want to like go straight to EVS and sound like a mumbling,
Yeah, it's good to say your story a few times to different people, and then you have it down if you do get called to the big show.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So, all right. So, I mean, that looks really cool, and let's see. Hopefully we'll get you some backers here. Let's see. So, you need just 700 to make goal, and you should be able to do that pretty easily.
Yeah, I think we'll do that,
and make more, and make way more.
Yeah, you're gonna go way over, man. By the time that 50 days is up.
Well, let's hope, man.
All right. So let's see. So we'll now jump to Mike. Tell us about, let's see, what's going on with the Gods Fear Me. Since we last talked, you made goal.
Yeah, we've hit funding and we're currently in demand. I guess since last time we talked, the two big announcements that I have this time around is Kristen and I talked, and because of his schedule and some of the things that he's going to have to juggle to get the book done in our estimated, time frame, I am going to be the colorist on the book.
Oh, okay.
So the colors that you see for pages 1 through 3 under the story section, that's how the whole book's going to look, assuming we hit 10K over the next month or two.
All right, that's all going to be at the bottom of the page.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, right here? Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm officially the colorist on the book, again, assuming we hit the full color stretch goal. And I also opened up a new tier for, just like I did with Samurai and Dinosaurs, I opened up a swag-only tier so that people who backed at a lower tier while the campaign was running, or people who just kind of want the goodies without the book, like, that's the tier for you.
Great.
You're right there, $15. And let's see. I'll open that up. For those who backed at a lower perk and want the swag goodies, or people just looking to score work from Ethan Van Sciver and Carlo Rowe. Once we hit 8K in funding, let's see. Bonus swag items only, no book. So what is the bonus swag items? What are we getting?
Sure. So with the swag tier, you get a poster of the main cover, which if we hit 12K will be by Donald DeLay. You're also going to get a 2 postcards, which if we hit 8K will be done by Carlo Rowe. A trading card, which again, if we hit 8K will be done by Ethan Van Sciver. And you're also going to get a...
Hold on a second. Apologize.
No, it's okay.
We're on the air.
Do I need to get food for the way home?
There's leftovers.
Okay.
Say hi to Mike.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. On my way home from work.
Okay, I'm glad to hear it.
All right. We'll see you when you get here.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. She never says first-time listener or long-time listener, first-time caller. She's going to say it one of these days. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. And last but not least, you'll also be getting a sticker, which is going to be of the logo for Merylcore, which is the manufacturing company that designed and distributes the androids across the planet. They're kind of our stand-in for like Wayland Yutani, if there are any Alien fans out there.
Yeah, for sure, man. I just bought it in 4K.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, great transfer.
Yeah, I picked up that Blu-ray set from like 2 or 3 years ago with all 4 in it, and those look really good too. Like those movies are gorgeous.
It's crazy how they don't age, man. Especially the first one. It could have been shot yesterday, So
yeah, totally.
Looks so slick. But yeah, sorry, so I didn't mean to deviate.
No, it's okay. I'll talk about Alien and Aliens anytime. So yeah, like those are, I guess those are for now my two big announcements regarding the campaign. Also, for anyone listening that backed Samurai and Dinosaurs, I just sent the files off to our guy who's like setting up the digital stuff. So hopefully, come Monday morning, I can send it to our printer.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
And yeah, like it looks like as long as I can have it out by Monday, our delivery estimate for when the printer will have it to us will be the 29th. So yeah, it looks like I'll be fulfilling through December, and hopefully people have all their books before Christmas.
Oh, good. Awesome. That's what we want to hear.
Right on time.
Off by about 2 months, but we're doing what we can.
So what can I ask you what printer you're using?
Sure. So, okay. Well, here's something that I was going to announce on Monday to the backers, but anyone that's listening, they'll get a little bit early info. So we were going to go through API Print Productions. They're the company that handles Alterna's trades, not the newsprint, just the trades. And like that was pretty much good to go, but like kind of at the 11th hour, I heard from KaBlam, who I've used a couple times in the past, and I know the quality of work that they do for their trades. I like the quality of their trades better than their single issues.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave me an offer that was very, very competitive with API. So given how bad I kind of screwed up with how much I charged on shipping and how I'm going to have to eat the cost of a lot of that, I'm going to go with KaBlam this time around just for the trades.
Okay, that's cool.
How how expensive is shipping been to you?
Well,
international shipping is the real problem, right?
Yeah, like so that's where I made my biggest mistake, and like I've done a couple streams like where like we've talked shop about all this stuff. So like for Samurai and Dinosaurs, like we were still getting our feet wet with the whole crowdfunding thing, and I made the assumption that like, hey, if I charge a flat fee of $7 for everybody for shipping, what I save on American shipping, I can put towards international shipping to make up the difference. And that was really dumb math on my part. So I'm going to be eating a lot of money when it comes to shipping, especially to international backers.
All right, yeah. I really jacked up because I know how the fees are so high these days with international shipping.
Yeah,
So
and as of I think I want to say like towards the end of October or early this month, there was some, I can't remember specifically what it was, but there was something that went through where the fees are going up even higher now.
Wow.
For shipping?
Yeah, for international.
Oh, it's the one thing like we can't really control.
Yeah, so
you might be able to control the weight with what kind of paper you use or what you add for stretch goals and that kind of stuff. That's kind of in your control. But just the one thing that's completely you can't account for is shipping. You're kind of you're at the mercy.
Right. So with the God Spare Me, like I instituted a new thing which I wasn't happy about, like flat $10 for local shipping and $20 for international. And again, like I hated doing that because I know, like I've heard directly from international readers who are like, hey, I can't at that much.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't, like, I mean, we're running pretty razor thin in terms of like working within a budget as it is. Like I can't take that big of a loss on shipping.
Yeah, what we're doing is we get $10 for domestic. We went 15 for overseas, and it's kind of a hope that because we charge 15 for digital, and we're kind of hoping that that'll offset a little bit of the some of that shipping cost.
Sure.
Since he's doing everything, he's doing the coloring, the inking, he's doing the whole bit. I mean, that's kind of obviously that's big in our benefit. We don't have to pay extra people. So that digital book is actually, I mean, obviously we want people to buy the physical book, but that digital book actually helps offset some of the costs.
Yeah, that definitely helps. That's a good idea too. Yeah, I think when I offer digital trades in the future, I might charge a bit more for those as well.
All right. I really love this pin up here.
Which one?
Is it showing?
No, it's just us talking.
You know what? I must have clicked off the screen share. Hold on. Let me do that again. I thought I was still sharing. Let's see here. There we go.
Oh, nice.
That's so good.
Yeah, passion for drawing. Yeah, he knocked it out of the park, man. I'm so grateful to that guy.
Yeah.
It looks like a fighting game, like a Namco fighting game, video game character.
Right, like she's sliding into the starting position right before the fight announcer goes.
All right, yeah, that's so cool, man. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So let's. All right. So when is this book looking to deliver?
So we had an estimate of April, but we had to extend the campaign for that additional 30 days, which kind of threw some of our scheduling stuff off, given like what Kristen has planned over the next few months. It's not going to be April, but we're still going to aim for in that window, like hopefully June, we can have it out to people.
Yeah, that's cool. So early June. Yeah. We tried to set it kind of far off, and it still feels like it's coming too fast. We're poised for March, and it still feels like, oh my god, it's coming too fast.
Oh yeah, man! Like once the holidays start, like it's just gonna fly.
Well, that's the same, but we're doing March as well, and yeah, it's I'm feeling the pressure already.
Yep.
Your book's finished.
Well, it is, yeah, but there's a lot of logistics with the printers and fulfillment and that I know nothing of, and I'm starting to. So this is all new territory for me.
Yeah, our drop dead, have it done date is got to be like the middle of January, so that we can set the printing beginning of February, and then hope that nothing else happens that sets
right.
that gets in the way. Just, I mean, you can't plan for stuff that unplanned. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Like I know, Mike, you had issues with your computer. That's the kind of thing. It's like, oh crap, now what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a good 2 weeks there where I was like, am I about to lose like everything that I've just done over the past month and a half?
Oh my god.
But yeah, everything worked out, and we did end up like I said, we ended up losing about 2 months total, but it'll be in people's hands before Christmas, so that makes me feel a little bit better about how things played out.
Because I know that once you send the print files off to the printers, and it's still it can be like a good 3 months before the book is ready to.
Yeah, especially if you're dealing with like an international printer. Like, luckily, we're going through KaBlam, which is based in the U.S. So we're gonna, they told us that they would have the books to us by the 29th. So that means as soon as we get them, like however long it takes me to like package them up, sign them, and get them in the mail, like that's how soon I can have them out to people.
Yeah. So you're gonna fulfill them yourself, or?
Oh yeah, it was a small enough campaign. Like I think it's like 230 or 225 copies. Like that's not unmanageable. Like if it was something like near 600 or 1,000, we would consider a fulfillment center.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like we're still small time, and we're building up to having those problems.
Yeah, we're at 240, just over 242.
Nice.
So I'm not sure exactly even how if he wants to do it, if we're gonna do it here, we're not sure exactly. It's gonna be like I'm scared to death that we're like, okay, we can do this, and we get everything, and all of a sudden we start sending people the wrong books and the wrong packages and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I'm so paranoid about that stuff, man. Like, I'm already getting nervous about it. Like, I'm gonna like triple check every single line before I pack it, before I seal it with tape.
I did on my other channel. On this channel too. Actually, I did some card breaking. Where people buy into packs of baseball cards, and then I break them. We do a whole show about it, and then so I set everything to mail today. And when I was organizing them, I was every once in a while it'd be like, is that the right guy? Am I sending this to the right guy? Because I opened everything on air, so they know if they get the wrong thing. Right. So I mean, just that, and that was only like 5 or 6 guys. So I, putting together 200 packages and making sure everybody gets the right thing. It's kind of daunting.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think I told you, like, remember I had that one guy who signed up for updates on The Gods Fear Me, and then after 4 updates, he was like, quit spamming me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he then went back and canceled his Samurai and Dinosaurs order. Like, he asked for a refund, and this was like way after like we closed down the campaign.
Because you kept sending updates?
Yeah, which he asked for.
That's so crazy, man.
So, like, I had to like manually refund him like directly from my own bank account. So now I'm paranoid about like, all right, I have to like keep that guy's email on hand because I don't want him to still get a copy of the book. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm getting the fulfillment jitters.
Well, we've done some other stuff, like we had like little contests and stuff, like, oh, you do this and you get a sketch, and hopefully I've got all the names straight for that.
Right.
Everybody's got stuff. They
right.
want just little stuff. Let's see. Yeah, we're talking about in the chat. They're talking about promoting yourself on Twitter and basically not being a pest.
Yes. Yeah.
As far that's what I've seen people. It's cool to promote yourself, but sometimes I've seen guys just kind of jump into every conversation and promote their book.
Right.
And it's like, all right, we get it. I mean, everybody needs to promote. You need to promote your stuff, but I mean, there's a certain point where people are just like, oh, it's that guy again.
Yeah, like the worst thing you can do is I've seen this a few times with like some of the newer people. The worst thing you can do is like just kind of when you see like some of the bigger people in the scene, like a Malin or an Ethan, like just having some random conversation on Twitter. The worst thing you can do is kind of just butt your way into the middle of that and like plug your book like impromptu for nothing. Like don't do that.
There's plenty of people that'll be like every once in a while, once or twice a week. I mean, you should promote more than that. But like once or twice a week, somebody will pop up and be like, hey, promote your book here in this thread or whatever. That's what this thread's for. You get that every once in a while.
Right.
I mean, but those are pretty standard, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's, you get just a group of people that'll be like, oh yeah, check out my book here, blah, blah.
Sure.
I try to, whenever I jump into something, I try to make it at least relevant to the conversation.
Exactly.
Somebody will be like, they'll be having this conversation about something that happened, drama or whatever, and I try to stay out of the drama itself. But they'll be like, all I'm looking for is a good comic. I'll be like, oh, well, why don't you check out Oddity? Well, and then I'll post it like that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like that's one of those can't knock the hustle things where it's like, all right, you get a pass.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was just saying, Oddity looks great, but it also has like sort of like a '90s retro vibe to it, or is it just me?
No, we got we're big, 80s, 90s type guys.
Right. Yeah.
So we hold on.
I like to call it the swamp that time forgot.
It's like in the swamp. I guess it sort of takes place in modern day, but like the richest guy in town just got his DVD player. You know, that kind of
Nice.
thing.
All right, I get it.
It's great.
So I mean, they're behind the times, but at the same time, you know, modern stuff still kind of applies. It's kind of a plot set. It's kind of a, you know, as the plot drives it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Let's do my little share screen again. Since now is my time. Now is my time for my book.
Plug away.
But so Oddity is he's kind of like what you're talking about with your werewolf guy. He was a slacker, and he was, you know, just some teenage punk kid who, you know, never was always irresponsible. And, you know, he was a skater. He would go out and skate and, you know, sit around his house, watch TV and stuff like that. And then we go into his full origin in the next book. But this one, we're jumping right into the action. He's kind of already semi-established in what he's doing. There's a lot of callback, and we keep the message pretty light and pretty universal. There's no like heavy politics. There's nothing like that. We did basically the underlying theme is the same thing that you'll find in the original Spider-Man. It's, you know, you got to be responsible. You've got these things. You've got responsibilities, and and this is the consequences to not paying attention to your responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been assigned by the swamp. There's like this spirit of the swamp. And
I love the colors, man. The colors are so good over there.
Yeah, he's
So
freaking amazing. He really knew how to capture the mood.
This swamp scene is my favorite picture so far.
It looks really great.
Yeah, he really knows how to capture the mood with the colors, and he's
your
going
color?
with the
What's his name?
It's Sween. Sween does everything. He does the that's why
all of it.
yeah, he
He's the
does
artist,
everything.
the
He's the penciler, you know, inker, colorist. He created the character.
Eric Weathers is your penciler now.
Yeah, our penciler is Eric Weathers, but yeah, he's pretty much, and we almost I almost had to convince him of that. And then he was like, "All right, yeah, we're on kind of a time schedule. We're gonna have to hire an ink, or not an inker, a penciler, or a letterer."
Yeah.
So we got Eric Weathers for that. So he really knows how to capture the mood and use the colors for this. So we got so basically he's been assigned by the swamp to be the guardian, the caretaker, because there's all kinds of other weird stuff that lives in the swamp, and the swamp's been polluted by this weird chemical, and it has to clean itself out. And so it needs him to keep the people out, so it doesn't have to deal with the people. Because before it would do everything on its own, it would like scare people off or whatever. And now it has to work. It has to focus its energy on healing. So what assigns him is basically it's his job to be like the scarecrow, the boogeyman, to keep people out and to protect all the other creatures that are in the swamp. And what happens is he gets seen, and doing his job, and he hates it because he's just a teenage kid and he wants to do teenage kid stuff. But since he's such a slacker, he brought the mutation onto himself because he was kind of an asshole. He was being an asshole, and as a result, that's how he gets to be, the swamp creature. So because of that, he's kind of have to pay it off by being, by being this swamp kid. So this TV guy gets on, and he's kind of like Art Bell, and he's got this TV show, and they're doing a show about him, and he says they're going to issue a reward to anybody that can prove that he exists. So these two guys here are like, all right, we're going to figure this out, and they're just two like hillbilly guys that live on the swamp. So they're like, all right, we're going to go and we're going to find him and we're going to get proof. And as a result of them going in the swamp, and him trying to keep them out, he screws up royally because he's an asshole. He's trying to show off instead of actually do his job. So they get turned into monsters, and as a result, they bring, like, terror onto the town, onto the local community. And now, because it's essentially his fault, he has to kind of fix it. And he's not up to the job. And so he has to learn to be up to the job. And that's the basic underlying theme of the book is personal responsibility and taking your job seriously. This fly here is like his mentor, is like his Jiminy Cricket or his Yoda or whatever. And is trying to teach him, because the way for him to do his job is to actually connect more with the swamp and be in tune with the swamp. So it's got that kind of spirituality kind of thing going. And that's part of, taking care of his responsibilities. And I just love, he draws his character like he's a sprung rubber band, like every picture. And I love it. And this picture here with the where he's eating the maggots, that's straight out of The Lost Boys. If you've ever seen that movie, that's where we pulled that from. And there's all kinds of little stuff in here that we're gonna call to. He's got there's a line in here because he's got the chopsticks, and he was like, you need to, the fly is trying to teach him, hey, you need to, learn to do be in tune and all that other stuff. And he's like, can't I just catch you with the chopsticks and be done with it? So we get that call back to Karate Kid.
Right.
So there's all kinds of little stuff. We're gonna do a lot of visual stuff in the background. I mean, look for Easter eggs, look for little hidden stuff in the background, a lot of visual jokes and that kind of stuff. It's going to be the humor, some of it's going to be light, some of it's going to be really dark humor. It's a very,
it's just screaming for a Cyberfrog tie-in.
Oh yeah, well that's what we're doing. That's going to be our Ethan cover.
Is Cyberfrog going to feature?
Yeah, well, he's not going to be in the book, but we get this here, the EVS cover. Ethan has agreed they're doing what they call a jam cover. So he's going to draw, Sweens is going to draw Oddity, and he already did like a setup for how he wants the page to look, and Ethan's just going to take a Cyberfrog and draw Cyberfrog in. And then Sweens is going to finish out the page. So we're going to have a joint Cyberfrog Oddity cover.
That's great, man. But is there like a reference in the actual book? I don't know, maybe Oddity reading Cyberfrog or something.
We're gonna do something in there. There will definitely be a little bit of something. I have a couple of ideas of some visual stuff that we're gonna do that'll be kind of funny. We're definitely gonna
Funny if it was playing with Salamandroid and Cyberfrog action figures.
That would be funny. It's Cyberfrog action figure, something. We're gonna put something in there. It'll be funny.
Cool.
There's going to be lots of reference humor. It's going to be very if you like Evil Dead and that kind of humor, there's going to be that kind of stuff in there too.
Yeah, man. I know I keep saying this about like every single campaign, but I can't wait to get my hands on this one.
Yeah, I can't wait to finish it. We've got the story down. The story's down. I know exactly how everything's going to lay out. And right now, it's just I'm turning script pages in. Every once in a while, I'll knock out a few script pages and send it out to him. I just sent him 3 or 4 pages today.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in the thick of the action scene now. The beginning of the book was all kind of exposition, explaining the character, and explaining and meeting all the main characters. And now the next part of the book right now, this is where the action picks up. We got to the part where he screwed up, and now we're seeing the aftermath. And then we're going to get to the part where he's got to see what he can do about fixing it. We got we got some pinups. Right now there's the 3D modeling. That's what he does for a living. Sweens does like 3D modeling, like action figures and that kind of stuff. I think they make.
Yeah, I was going to say this looks. Before you showed me this, I was thinking of how action figure-y Oddity is. Or you can
Yeah,
you can sort of like envision the McFarlane action figure.
that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Maybe down the future, maybe book 3. We'll talk to Todd. I'd love to talk to Todd McFarlane. Yeah, but this figurine is going to be different. Like there'll be. I guess he was talking yesterday. I was watching him on another stream. He said they got one iteration's got the long tongue, and then you'll be able to switch it out for a shorter tongue or no tongue and different mouths and stuff like that. And it's basically a figurine you can put together and
awesome.
sit on your desk or on your computer screen or whatever. And so that he's doing that 3D modeling right now. That's going to be a super limited run. There's only going to be like 20 of those available.
Wow.
Yeah, we got this. This is Donald DeLay knocked this out of the park. The Team Monster. We got Shinobi Sasquatch and Monster MD. I think either just before we launched or right after we launched, we were talking to those guys, and they're like, "Hey, you want to be part of Team Monster?" And it's all in. Like they're doing their joint book. There's no plans for us to do a joint book, but I mean I'm totally open to it in the future.
Sure.
Let's see. So that's cool. Cool Donald DeLay print. Let's see. And then this guy, I always forget his name. Matt Houston. Matt Houston. He's one of the artists for Adventure Time. He did that pinup for us. So that's really cool. Let's see. We got this one by Sachi, and this is one of the other characters in the book. This is his kind of sidekick. She's really the more sensible one of the two. She's on board to try to, because she was involved in the accident that caused the swamp to be polluted.
Mm-hmm.
So she's in there as a to try to help fix it.
Sure.
And Oddity doesn't know, and he won't find out. So we're getting all the spoilers tonight. So yeah, so basically she's going to be kind of keeping that a secret from him because it's part of that accident that caused him to become Oddity.
Right.
And I loved this bit so much with the little bitty frog that I threw a little scene in with where we put him in as the frog sized.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great image. Like I really dig it. Sachi's a great artist.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite picks.
She does boobs very well.
Yeah, she does.
She's good with the boobs. All right, yeah. So that's Oddity. We're pretty good. Like, we could do better. We could be doing better, but
Your
we're
screen
doing pretty
share
good.
stopped at a bad spot.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll take that down for now.
You should have left it on her boobs.
Yeah. Nothing but tongue. There you go. I'm still looking at the chat right now. Oh yeah, that came across not that well. There, nothing but tongue. Just so everybody knows, I was reading what the meta was saying. Your fave pick? Which one was that? Is that the one that Mike Murphy's wife did? Mike's wife did? Yeah, I don't have it. Well, it'd take me a while to get to it, to call it up. But yeah, Selena did a great picture that I really love of Paige, that character.
I'm glad you like it. And yeah, she said to send her regards.
Yeah, she's I got that up now. We're probably at some point we'll scan that. We'll make sure that'll get in the fan art section of the book.
Nice.
For anybody else that's watching, if you want to do some fan art and get it in the book, just let us know. Post it. We love fan art. It's free promotion for us, and it's good for you. Oh, my profile pic. Yeah. So that's what we got going on. We did that. I don't know if we saw the trailer in the tree. We did that as a cover, and it's one of my favorite images that he did. When I was going through all the first pictures, I was like, man, this is a really cool picture. I was like, you need to make this into a pinup or something. And we made it into a pinup. We made it into a pinup for the first few people. That's one of those things we got to keep track of now. We got to look at dates and say, all right, who were the first people that backed the book up to a certain point, and they all got a special pinup of that cover.
Nice.
And then we made it into a cover that's available.
Yeah, it's a really iconic image, man. It's kind of the whole like Luke against the two sunset things. Like it just sets the tone for the whole story.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, all right. Anybody have any questions about any of these books? Tales from the Classroom and Gods Fear Me. We're going. No, the indie hour is just over an hour now. Look at that.
Just
So
hit it.
usually we'll make it a little bit longer, but all right. So let's go over one more time, real quick. Let's clear that out. Yeah, so we'll go over everybody's book real quick one more time. Make sure everybody checks out. Let's see. Make sure everybody checks out Tales from the Classroom. Boom, there it is. Let's see. Like I said, we got 51 days left, but we're only 700. We're less than $700 from getting that funded. So check it out. Definitely pick up a copy. It looks like it's a lot of fun. I'd play the video, but whenever I don't think our Wi-Fi is strong enough. Whenever we try to play video, it always like freezes up.
No problem.
But the video, I mean, go to the page and check out the video because it actually is really cool. It's really well put together. Yeah, but again, they're less than $700. Almost $600 to get there to finish up. It looks really good. The art's amazing. It looks like like I said, it looks like something you'd see on Cartoon Network or on Saturday morning. And it's got that kind of easy plot that would lend itself well to that kind of show. All right, so yeah, so definitely check this book out. It looks really cool.
If you scroll down, since we're talking slackers, it's very. If you go all the way down, like the last pinup, you see Eddie at his most slacker. Hold on, yeah, Laura. Yeah, right
I love
there.
that one.
Yeah, there he is, right there. No, that's pretty cool. Howl Garden, that's awesome.
Nice.
Dead Zeppelin.
Notice the glass container on the floor that may or may not be a bong.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, all right, so definitely, guys, check that one out. That's a really good. It looks really cool. It's like I said, I can totally see that as a cartoon. And let's see, one more look at the Gods Fear Me. All right. Just a second to scroll through all this. Here we go. Yeah, we got they made their goal. Awesome. Let's see, $7,052. Let's get them run up. They got a whole bunch of stretch goals. They got like a novella and all that other. Mike's going to be doing the coloring now. So here's some of the examples of the coloring he's going to be doing.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, our next stretch goal is less than 1,000 away, and that's what's going to unlock the swag bag perks featuring work by Ethan and Carl.
Sweet. All right. That's good. I'm glad Ethan's helping you out there. Yeah, there we go. Gets full color interiors. That's cool. All right. Here we go. 8,000. Postcards. There we go. Postcards in the swag bag. Now feature art by Carl O'Rowe. Trading card features art by Ethan Van Sciver. Black and white base, full color, unlocked with $10,000 stretch goal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Both of these outstanding gents for their contributions. All right. All right. That's going to be it for tonight, I think. Thank you guys for showing up.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being in the chat for checking this out. Let's see. Thanks everybody in the chat for checking this out.
And good luck to both of you with the campaign.
Thanks, man. You too. Likewise.
Yeah. Yeah, we hope this does really well. We'll be pushing it. Just keep posting it. We'll be retweeting it, and I'll tweet it out every once in a while. We like to. I like everybody that's on my show to be successful.
For sure.
Appreciate it,
All
man.
right.
Likewise.
Hey, it's a good thing we're leaving because Rares are getting ready to go too.
All right, man. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right. Hey, yeah, you guys take care, and everybody check these out, and make sure you check out Oddity. Also, for those of you, and there's only a couple in here, but I know for those of you that are into like sports cards and trading cards and that kind of stuff, I have a new channel too. It's gonna be Indie Dave's Collectibles. Go ahead, check that out if that's the kind of thing you're into. I get multiple hobbies, and I'm trying to keep them separate so there's not some confusion about what kind of videos are you gonna put up today. So, all right, so guys, check that out if that's something you're interested in. And again, guys, thanks for showing up. Thanks for stopping by. And y'all have a good night.
Thanks, man. Good night.
Later.